You have to have a place, and this is why I appreciated a lot of my time at Kill Tony.
Yeah.
And at those shows and the secret show.
How long ago was it that you left? Like, how long have you been gone?
Like a year and 8 months.
Okay. Because, dude, I was just talking to him. I was just curious. I was looking at the numbers, and I'm like, just in the last like couple of years here, it's crazy how much like the viewership on Kill Tony's gone up. Though.
Oh yeah. I mean, all the subscriptions on Reddit and YouTube and the viewership.
Pull that Reddit up.
The arena shows, and I mean, they're doing great, man. Those comedians are just out there slaying, doing their thing.
This was
Look
Reddit.
at that guy.
Reddit wants to know where you are, bro.
Oh, well, here I am.
What
I'm
happened
right
to
there.
the old horn player?
Let me just say that's a Samurai Champloo shirt from Adult Swim. Everybody check that anime out.
Is that Vulcan? Is that when it was still Vulcan?
I can't tell. It's kind of zoomed in there.
Were you?
Maybe.
Were
Hard to tell
you?
with the podium and stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
You were on board with the transition into Mothership for a while, and then you left. Okay.
Yeah, I was at Vulcan for maybe 6 months, maybe a little bit less, and then we've hopped over to the Mothership, and that first episode there, they put us up in the rafters. That was fun. It was different. Yeah, figuring
the
that
real
out.
like Tonight
Did
Show band.
Tony
treatment.
meet you on a Monday with Michael Hale?
So
did
no, yeah, I mean, like
Or was it D's?
origin story,
Yeah,
which
I'm
is
curious.
which is helpful. It'll create some context, but so I was like, it was post COVID, but still like everything was shut down basically, and people weren't going out, and I was learning the trumpet. Like that was my first year, and then eventually 2 years of like just diving into that trumpet world. So to do that, I would go out once we're able. I try to recreate the way I learned trombone, which was sitting in, right? So I did that on Mondays with Michael Hell, and John Dees was on the gig, et cetera, et cetera. I think Matt Muelling occasionally, and then Brian Pardo, a good friend.
Who moved, didn't he?
He did, I think, back to San Francisco.
Dude, shout out to the doctor,
the
bro.
doctor, man. Dr. Shredder.
I hope you're listening to him. I love him.
I'll send it to him,
He's gonna come on back.
Maybe we can take maybe I can take an inventory of the names of the people.
And if he's
that
ever in town, please, Dr. Pardo, he's a guest.
You're
gotta have
welcome
him.
here.
He's great.
Brian, you got to keep up the tradition though, and bring your guitar and play something.
Get
Dude,
you in here.
kudos
man.
to you for that.
Yeah, man. But so I would sit in there and just be hashing out on the trumpet. I didn't play trombone for 2 years, which is a big mistake. While I was learning trumpet, I was like depressed, and so just like went headlong into something else just to not think about shit because of COVID. I started during COVID. But so it was that was the kind of bridge where when Kill Tony started happening, I forget where the first show was, maybe Antone's or Paramount or something.
Before Pong Dong.
Right.
Bro, I know
Ping,
him,
dang,
dude.
Pong, dong. Wow.
I know Pong, dude. I'm from Dallas, bro.
That's how you
I was
say
like,
his
that's
name.
the dumbest thing a person could. I'm sorry. And he's a nice guy, but dude, that was the dumbest fucking thing you could ever do.
Man, yeah, it's rough. I don't know enough about it, but
It's crazy because it feels like time and again, Tony, people try to take him down and it just doesn't work. It gets bigger every time.
too big to, what do they say? Too big?
Too big to fail.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that going on. I mean, we saw that with the Puerto Rico debacle. So,
Bro, which is wild because, dude, even Trump wouldn't, which is saying something, dude. When even Trump won't even.
He's like, I don't know that guy.
They
He
fully
pulled
are
an
like-
Apostle Peter on there.
Who invited him? Like,
Right.
it's like I don't know who it is. Some comedian or something.
Those-
But yeah,
Yeah.
no.
Tony
for
did
sure,
just
though,
fine.
Every time though, he's like Creek canceled him too off of like I remember Rogan was doing some shows that week, and
okay.
they took him off the shows. I was like, oh,
But but yeah, so then from there, John invited me to sit in. I think he was going out of town, maybe with Gary or some shit. Invited me to hop up for a few shows, and I did that. Didn't know what I was getting into. Brought my little trumpet, and I had my little baby chops. Didn't know what the fuck I was doing on that either. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of try out along with the trombone. And I did well enough that Tony was very complimentary. He was like super enthusiastic. And I think maybe the second time I sat in, he was like telling my friend, "Oh, Paul Deemer's a godsend." And he's Tony's very animated, in this way sometimes. And I appreciated the feedback, but he was, just like raving about it. And at one point, I think we were just crossing paths with each other, like on one of those stairwells in the Mothership, and or maybe that was at Vulcan actually. At that point, I always do that. It was Vulcan, and he was like, "Keep coming," like just insisted that I keep coming to the thing. And so I did, because it was fucking fun.
Yeah.
And like, lo and behold, all my comedian heroes were there.
Yeah.
Fucking Roseanne Barr.
Dude, she loved me, bro, when she saw me.
She's great.
Bro, she's the sweetest lady ever, bro.
She's fucking
so
batshit,
sweet.
but she's like,
but she's sweet
so
as
heavy.
pie, bro. She's just,
She like when with some of like Laser's that interaction when she was like giving him like some kind of almost existential advice. She's like, "You're better than that," and I was like, "Fuck yeah!" That was deep for me, and that's really who she is. Like whatever other stuff, I don't know, but that part was just beautiful.
Yeah.
So I kept coming, and I kept playing for nothing, and because, which is okay. This
agreed.
That's part of the both in music and in comedy. That happens. Paying your dues, they call it. But I kept doing that. I was struggling financially at that point, like many people were, especially musicians. COVID, right? I was doing DoorDash. It was looking like I wasn't able to, this 1 month after a certain amount of time at Kill Tony doing that, it was looking like I wasn't able to make rent. I wasn't going to make it. So I started to like, revamp my efforts on like gigging and the DoorDash. And I even was taking like job interviews at Planet K. I made it to the second fucking interview, like a head shop.
So what are you looking for?
Yeah. Well, okay. So we've got you this far.
Some premium glass.
Same thing with like, it wasn't Cutco, but a similar thing.
Okay, those are great fucking knives, dude. I'm like,
are they really?
Yes.
That's wild.
Seriously.
It feels a little
my cousin
pyramid-y.
years and years ago did it, and like out of like family pandering,
funny.
like, yeah, we'll buy some of your knives. And I remember, dude, those knives, I was like, these are fucking
actually
good ass
good
knives. They're
quality.
really good.
That's hilarious.
It's crazy. It's like the only pyramid scheme where I'm like, the products are actually not bad.
Yeah. And that's good. They're knives. You should be able to, you should be able to pull that off a little bit, do the presentation and start recruiting and proselytizing and all that shit.
There you go.
But shit was rough. And then one night after one of these, shows at that point, Tony would occasionally slip me $100 bill, which I was super thankful for. But I had an offer to run the jam at the Elephant Room, which is at the same time. And I'd done that before, and I'd been going to the jam for, at that point, maybe 13 years. I'd been in Austin 13 years. So in the music world, I'd already paid the shit out of my dues.
Oh, fuck yeah.
But in this comedy world, still figuring shit out.
Yeah.
So I got offered to do that every Monday. And that was like this paid, the elephant thing. But Kill Tony was more fun for me. I liked that way more. It was almost therapeutic. I think I even said that to Tony. So after the show one night at the gallery, Tony's and I are just hanging, like we're standing next to each other, ordering drinks. And he's just raving and excited about where the show's going to go. Oh man, we're like, nobody knows what's going to happen. We're going to fucking take over this. Super excited. And I'm getting excited too. And then I remember, shit, this conflict. I might not, if I take this gig, I'm going to miss out on this, right? Yeah. So like by a stroke of whatever intuition, I was like, let me just pitch this to Tony. Like this situation. And so I told him, I said, listen, I got this job offer. I'm struggling like rent wise. I don't want to do this gig at the Elephant Room. I'd rather do Kill Tony, but I can't keep working for free if that's going to happen. And he turned to me and said, fuck it. You're on. You're on the show, right? He's like, I'll give you, I think he gave me his like money person, whoever that was, like their email, or I gave him my email and he got us in contact and all this stuff. And so that's how I officially like got, onto Kill Tony. Just that kind of almost chance, and thankfully like some form of awareness where I was able to leverage that situation in a certain way.
That's really cool. Do you think if you hadn't approached him and explained the situation, you still would have ended up getting that full-time position there?
I don't know. Leading up to that, I was kind of just poking around with Mikey, mostly Mikey, maybe a little bit, just the guys in general. I don't remember how, my memory's kind of failing me, how I brought it up. I wasn't trying to be overt or green about it, or
You're being realistic, bro.
Yeah, I was just like, well, what would it look like? Tony's asking me to keep coming back. What would it look like if like, is it possible to start getting paid for this?
Yeah.
And over, Mikey would assure me, yeah, Papa, like, we're working on getting a new sponsor, and like, and that was just in general from whoever I asked. That was kind of the thing. It's like, yeah, we've got it in mind for you, and we're looking at new sponsors, so I'll let you know. But a week turned into a month, turned into 3 months, and so I took matters into my own hand.
And that's when you left and went to do.
No, that was all at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
That was before I was able to like pitch that to Tony.
Gotcha.
I bided my time, and that's what they told me. And then this opportunity happened, and I seized the moment. In kind of not in contrast, but like adjacent to whatever conversations I was having with these other guys, right, in the band. So that was the vibe there, kind of going into it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to ask for it.
What do they say with about open mouth? Whatever gets the food, squeaky wheel gets the oil. All this shit. I mean, it's literally like I was watching after all this was said and done. The whole Kill Tony stint. I saw Tony on the roast of
Tom Brady,
and I may be wrong on the lore, but I believe I heard that he wasn't supposed to stay on the dais afterwards.
Really?
I'm not sure, 100% sure. I'm going to have to fact check that. But he said, like, fuck it. Like, I've been doing this a certain amount of time, et cetera, et cetera. And just like after he did his thing, because he was at that table at first, after he did his thing, just sat on the dais. It was like, I belong here.
Yeah.
And I just kind of drew a connection there and was like, yeah, like This is the kind of world we live in. This is what we need to do. We got to advocate.
Sometimes you have to take your own seat at the table.
Yeah, right. Advocate for yourself.
Exactly. No one else is gonna. They're gonna do more likely, especially at the higher tiers. They're gonna do the opposite.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you will get compensated what you like. Whatever you believe you're worth is what you're gonna allow. So at a certain point, and it's like for you, dude, it's very like. It's matter of fact in that situation. It's like, no, this is a very real gig recurring I can take that's paying this much, and it's like, so either like this is it's not a theoretical, like I could be getting other work. It's like, no, there's literally other work on the table for me. Like, I want to do this. And then so
you're at that ultimatim.
Well, exactly. I was going to ask you too. Were there any brass players in the band? The Kill Tony band. Was there any brass players before you were in there? Or was it just like
not in Austin.
Drums.
Not in Austin.
I can't remember back
in California. Yes.
Yeah, back
had
in
he
LA.
had in California? So he had
there's
some.
Jet Ski and Jeremiah. Yeah, they were doing horns.
Okay.
What's up, Jesse?
Call out.
We were supposed to play duets together, but then I disappeared.
Oh. But so here in Austin, then you were the first like brass player to come into the fold.
As far as I know.
As you're aware.
As far as I know. I can't really officially confirm that, but as far as I'm aware of, yeah.
Yeah.
We both have the same opinion that brass needs to come back into mainstream music.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah. It's there. It's tucked away in some productions. Sometimes
Spodioti Dopalicious, dude.
Sure.
Fuck yeah.
It's a classic line. Yeah, exactly.
So good.
And that's kind of
that's the one you do.
Right.
That's a good one.
Well, have me on. And
There we go.
Maybe you'll have a horn section on. We'll do it.
We'll have you in the corner.
The whole band.
Yeah. Now you got a podcast horn section. That's funny,
dude. No, yeah. But so and then so that was when was that exactly? What timeline are we on? So that they were at Vulcan still, right? And the mothership opened in like March of 23.
Yeah. So, God, my memory isn't great as far as the timeline. I know that was the beginning, right, for me at Kill Tony, like officially. I feel like it was like at the turn of the year.
Yeah.
So, shit. You said 23 they moved over?
March of 2023 is when the mothership opened, I think.
So, fuck. Maybe around the beginning of 22?
Okay.
I don't know.
Because they were at Vulcan for like a good year, maybe year and change.
Yeah. Right.
And they were at Antone's before that.
Right.
Yeah.
But Antone's wasn't that long of a stint.
No.
Dee's has been there, I think, since Antone's Dee's was there.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who.
And then it's it's all kind of assembled over time with them. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So yeah, dude. And then so from whenever you came on, like how long in total, I guess, from the time you started with Kill Tony to like after you obviously got on and you know, I paid spot. And then when was it that you left after that? Like, how long were you there?
It was like both the paid and the unpaid time must have been a year and 4 months, maybe somewhere in there. And then by the end of that first full year, then we had the New Year's show. I did one New Year's show at the very beginning, and actually Sketch was on
2024?
No. This was like 23 or whatever, like the year while we were still at Vulcan, and the New Year's show was at Vulcan.
I'm glad you weren't there for my fucking set, dude.
Oh, man.
It was so bad.
I missed it.
Oh, bro.
Well, I'll look it up later.
Yeah, don't do that.
But
watch it in the safety of your own home.
It's the one with Joe List.
Okay.
Yes.
We don't like Joe List on this podcast.
Oh, okay.
You mentioned
All right.
Joe List.
You mentioned
Oh,
Joe
no.
List, and this guy.
The obligatory fuck
I'm
Joe
seeing
List
it
for episode 26.
Before my eyes. Yeah,
There you go.
okay.
Anyway.
It's like
Go
saying Voldemort, dude.
But yeah, a year, and then the year, that full year, from one New Year's show at the Vulcan to the New Year's show at the HEB Center, concluded.
Yeah.
And then the leaving process happened.
I'm curious. This is the part I've been curious about. It is, I don't know if this is a sensitive subject, but like, what was the impetus of, if you don't mind sharing?
I don't know if it's not sensitive anymore.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is like focus on an individual or individuals and like any sort of vendetta or resentment. It's been so long, and there's been so many things, and still are things just in general happening in the world, to not really get caught up in that. But just speaking facts, or at least from my perspective, right? Because I haven't really talked about it with other guys in the band, and they might be standing in the same room, but are seeing completely different vantage point, and I hear that.
Yeah.
For me, when I started coming regularly, like after Tony told me to, like in retrospect, after everything happened, I looked back at that kind of earlier time, and it gave. Well, how do I tie all this together quickly? I don't want to, just take forever on this.
Bro,
When I first started, it felt like there was some icing out in general.
Okay.
From the guys in the band. Things like not doing. This is something that happens a lot in our industry, and you probably have come across it too. It's both in music and then comedy as well, where you're either meeting someone or you strike up a conversation. And I might not be off the mic here, but they're just on their phone. So you're like, go ahead and you say, hey, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
What's going on, man?
Oh, nothing, man. Just how you been?
Oh, pretty good.
Dude.
That like the pause.
Yeah.
So that was happening with people that I had. With this again, my perspective, with people that I'd been playing music with for over 10 years.
Man.
Playing on albums with in bands that have been on tour with. This kind of thing. So shit got a little weird, and I didn't understand it. And at that point in my life, I had some like self-esteem things, and and I let it. I gave some power away. I let that affect me. And so it was tough for me with that going on and not having the right tools to like receive that or not actually, kind of set some boundaries or whatever. I let it affect me, and it was kind of an emotionally unstable, like kind of eggshelly experience, like the whole time. I never felt settled in that situation. It seemed like this was coming from multiple people in the band, and I didn't know what to make of it. I didn't get it, and as time progressed, and then the whole leaving of the band, we'll call it. It's like a euphemism. As that happened, then things started, at least for me, to become more clear.
Yeah.